No goals in the first period. Tell us what happened in the first intermission.
Nothing happened. I mean, it was a good, hard-fought first period. I mean, there was a lot of penalties and stuff, so it was hard for either team to get going. I guess in a rhythm, anyways. For shots, we only had 2, which is not very impressive at home on the in the playoffs. But we woke up a little bit after the first, and I actually didn't think it was a horrible first. We played good. They only had 5 or 6, so I think both teams wanted to clamp down a little bit after the game 1.
Safe to assume you didn't expect to score maybe 8 goals in your first 2 home games of the series?
No, I mean, I don't want to take anything away from our guys. Like, they scored some nice goals, but at the same time, they outshot us today, so we can't get this series is a long way from being over. We won a couple home games, but I think they've lost once since December 31st at home, so we got to learn from what was good, learn from what was bad, but certainly we're happy to be up 2.
Is that something you're going to talk to the guys about, just not being careful not to get too ahead of themselves going into such a tough barn, even though these games have been fairly one-sided?
Well, again, we've scored, they haven't. I mean, it's not one-sided. It's not like we're out shooting them by 30 or something like that. It's they outshot us today, and it's something we got to bear down and be better. So I don't know. We've scored some goals, but we don't have a lot to be real excited about in our game as far as shots and stuff like that.
Do you have to play a little bit differently in their rink?
Oh, for sure. I mean, they're coming hard. They're, I can't stress it enough. They've lost 1 game in 3 months there, so this isn't going to be an easy chore. But we feel like we have some confidence, and we've kind of obviously found some things, and hopefully we can do it on the road now.
When you look at the balance you've strived to have all year, how much is this a sort of a dividend on it? I mean, 6 goal scorers in the first game, 7 today.
Yeah, no, it's been our mantra all year is just kind of whoever it is, chip in, and we've had a lot of guys out in the lineup, and other guys have stepped up, and we got a lot of guys that are just good character guys that are playing hard for one another right now.
Now you have some defensemen that are getting on the score sheet, and you were sort of that kind of defenseman back in your day. Can you tell us a little bit about maybe what you taught those guys?
Well, just to be ready to be a threat offensively. I think that earlier in the year our guys were just defenders, and you can be part of the offense and still concentrate on defense. And it's kind of like the forward. You got to concentrate on defense, but it doesn't mean you can't go down and score a goal. So our guys have kind of been a big part of generating stuff, even though they're not scoring the goals the odd time. They're part of the offense, and it's really helping our forwards.
It took all 20, but what about just the way Travis just created things for his line mates today? I mean, 4 primary assists and 3 in the first 10 minutes of the second period.
Yeah, he was on a roll. It was nice. He's that type of player. He's dynamic, and it was a big part of the win today.
Still not quite Nevin Guy numbers though tonight.
Yeah, no, Nevin Guy. Nevin got the hard hat in there, so that's what the guy's thinking of, and he's a good character guy.
They're still trying to do everything they can to get you guys frustrated, to bang the bodies, and you guys still are staying, for the most part, pretty disciplined and not getting into too much of that stuff, even when your guys are getting mobbed at your own bench. Is that going to be, especially going to Niagara, assuming they're going to keep doing that, to still try to stay as disciplined as possible?
Well, again, it's been what we've done all year, right? Lowest penalized team, and we try and not take bad penalties and selfish penalties and retaliatory penalties, and we're dishing out some good hits too. So it's a physical series. It's playoff hockey. You don't like to see what happened to their kid in the corner there. I don't like to see that kind of stuff. But it was just unfortunate. There wasn't really any ill intent on Mally's part. He just was finishing his check and kid get turned. But either way, you don't like to see hits like that.
When Doug came after Millette, did you think that was a little more serious than maybe they called it?
Well, a little bit. I mean, we had some guys on the bench that, needed to back off a little bit too. So, I was fine with the way they called that. That was, and really after watching the replay, the Addison thing on the breakaway, I mean, it looked like from our bench live time that he got pushed, but he didn't. And so that was a good call too. So all in all, the guys did a good job.
Thanks, Jeff.
Thanks, Coach.
The wins aside, how maybe for you guys to have 6 periods where you faced like more physical play than you had, you dropped the gloves a couple times and done all right. You faced some adversity even within 2 wins
Yeah.
that you guys just didn't have under your belts. Like, if you take the wins away, how much better are you 6 periods than you were, like, say, before the series started?
Yeah, no, I mean, it was a test, right? So our guys answered the call, and we're continuing to play disciplined hockey, but they're physical. We got to push back, and I felt like we did. We played strong, and we held our own. And I mean, how many fights do we have all year? 5 or 6, and so far we've done well in that too. But that's not our game. But obviously, if that's the way it's going to be, our guys are going to have to push back.